Hello, third graders, and welcome to the first lesson of Unit 4. And we are going to work with measuring with a ruler today. But first, a number talk. How many burgers? Carl went to McDonald's on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. He ate 5 burgers each day. How many hamburgers did he eat all together? I want you to think about what you can do with that visual to help you figure out how many hamburgers Carl ate when he went to McDonald's on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, we know that he ate 5 hamburgers, and there are 5 here, 5 here, and 5 here. So what can we do? We could do repeated addition, because we know that 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 15. So he ate 15 hamburgers. Okay, now another way to think of this is I know that he went to McDonald's 3 days in a row, and each day he ate 5 hamburgers, so that is also 15 hamburgers that he ate. I think Carl better stay away from McDonald's for a while. That is a lot of hamburger in 3 days. All right, a little mental math, but you can go ahead and get out your whiteboard marker and eraser to help you write the answers down one way or the other. 2 times 6. 2 times 8. 3 times 6. 3 times 8. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 8 is 24. And now these problems: 5 times 3, 5 times 8, 6 times 3, 6 times 8. You can pause the video and then come back when you have them finished. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 8 is 40, 6 times 3 is 18. Ooh, 6 times 8, that's a big one. That's going to be 48. Okay, and one more. 10 times 4, 10 times 7. 9 times 4, 9 times 7. I'm going to keep talking while you're working on figuring these out, because I want you to think about 2 words that we talked about last week, or 2 weeks ago actually. And we talked about a helper fact. So a helper fact is a fact that you might know, like 10 times 4 is 40. And it can be used to help another fact, 9 times 4. So when I see 9 times 4, I know that 9 is less than 10. Here I want 10 rows of 4. This one I only want 9 rows of 4. So if 10 times 4 is 40, I take away 1 4, and I have 36. That's how I can use a helper fact. 10 times 7 is 70. Now I want 9 times 7. That's going to be 1 less 7, because here I have 10. Now I only have 9. I'm taking a group away. So 70 minus 7 is going to be 63, and 9 times 7 is 63. Okay. Now, in your toolkit, you should have a 6-inch ruler. I want you to go and get that out and find a crayon somewhere near you. Big one, little one, thick one, skinny one. And what I want you to do is I want you to use your ruler to measure the crayon to the nearest inch. That's going to be on one side of your ruler. And then turn that ruler around, and I want you to measure it to the nearest centimeter. And you can talk to somebody at home. And I want you to think about, what do you notice about the two measurements. Take some time to do that. Okay, what did you notice? What did you notice about the two measurements? I measured my red crayon, and when I measured it in inches, it was 3 inches. And when I measured it on the centimeter side, it was 8 centimeters long. So when I look at these measurements, my crayon is the exact same length, whether I measure it in inches or centimeters, meaning it's not getting any bigger or smaller, it's not shrinking, it's not growing, it stays the same size. But the inches are bigger than the centimeters. So I'm just going to compare, draw a line right here. So 1 inch is about the same as about 2.5 centimeters. So inches are bigger than centimeters. You have in your folder a handout that has a lot of rulers on it. I want you to get that out. And I want you to take the time to cut those rulers out and then come back, and we're going to talk about how you line things up on a ruler to measure it. Okay, now that you're back, when you're going to line something up on a ruler, and boys and girls, all rulers are different. This ruler has a 0 at the end. Some rulers don't have a 0 at the end. They just might have the end where you would just start lining up your object that you're going to measure right at the end of the ruler. So you have to really look at your ruler and see what it has. But when you line something up to measure on a ruler, you take your object, and since this one has that arrow, I'm going to start right there because that's 0. Okay? So, and then I would count the numbers or the tick marks about how long that is. We're going to focus on ruler A. Okay? And I want you to look at the marks halfway between the 1/2 inch marks. Okay? So these are the 1/2 inch marks. Between 2 inches, so let's look between 1 and 2, we have 4 lines. Well, 3 lines, 5 altogether. So you have this one, this one, this one, and then your inch lines. So the inch ones are longer, and the 1/2 inch one is in the middle of those in length. And then 2 on either side of the 1/2 inch line, we call those 1/4 inches or 1/4. So these lines in between the inch marks divide that inch into 4 equal parts. And like I said, when you're going to measure something, you are going to take that object and you are going to line it up on the 0 if there is one, or at the edge of the ruler, and you're going to see about how long that object is. Okay? Now, when I look at my blue object, it's not right at the 3, and it's not right at the 4, is it? But it's closer to the 3 than the 4. So I would say that that blue line is about 3 inches long. Okay, now I'm going to switch out the red object and the blue object. The line, I'm going to take the red one. Line it up at that 0. Okay, now when I look at this one, well, it's not closer to the 4, is it? It's a little bit closer to the 5, so if I had to decide which inch it's closer to, I would say it is closer to 5 inches. But this one here is really close to this halfway line, so that's half. I would say that that red line is about 4.5 inches long. Okay, good. Now I've got ruler B on top and ruler A on the bottom. How is ruler B different from ruler A? Well, ruler B is measuring in centimeters, and ruler A is measuring in inches. I can take my same red line from the slide before and I can measure it with ruler B, which is my centimeter ruler, line it up to that 0, okay, and I'm looking, here's 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so this is between 10 and 11 centimeters, but it is closer to 11 centimeters, so I would say that that object is about 11 centimeters long. You hear me say about, okay? It's not exact, but it's close. So when we're measuring with these paper rulers, we want to know about how long something is. Now I know this is sideways, and that's okay. It's in your math book sideways. So you're going to turn to page 99, and you're going to use ruler A, and you're going to measure these first 2 line segments to the nearest inch, all right? And then you're going to measure those same 2 line segments with ruler B and measure them to the nearest centimeter and write those measurements down. Then for numbers 3, 4, and 5, you're going to use ruler A to measure each line segment to the nearest ½ inch, and ruler B to measure to the nearest ½ centimeter. And then for number 6, explain how you use ruler A to measure to the nearest ½ inch in problem 3. Moving on. Here are some unusual rulers on page 100. So you're going to look at these rulers and think about which rulers will help you make correct measurements, and then answer the questions. Then, here we go. Math Journal, page 101. You're going to work on some number stories that have to do with length. You're going to have to read the problem, read it once, read it twice, read it 3 times if you have to. Think about the steps that you need in order to solve the problem. You can draw pictures if you need to. Write number models. There's an S there, so that means you're going to probably have to write more than one number model. It's going to be multi-step problems. Okay, and when you write your answer, don't forget the unit. So if they're asking how many more feet of fence does he need, your unit will be feet. That's what you're asking, feet of fence. And then math boxes, page 102. Again, lots of things you already know how to do. And lastly, here's an activity that you can try. That worksheet that you see there is going to be in your folder, but you can practice you measuring different objects in your house. You're going to use rulers A and C that you cut out in order to do your measuring. Now I want you to keep hold of those rulers. We may be using them in a later lesson, so don't get rid of them yet. Good luck on everything. Bye-bye.